Hey guys, Reef Noob here, and I want to give you kind of a quick update this week. I basically took the next step in my tank, I guess, evolution, you would call it, and I introduced corals in here. One thing I wanted to do was I've been looking for like a torch in my local pet store guide, the one I've been going to mostly. He had one, he said it was on a fragate. He didn't get around to it, his main one that he does frag. So I kind of took a look at some of his other corals. He has a nice little display tank. He has like a small little frag tank that he has, and it looks nice. I didn't see any type of pests because you can really get in there and type of look at them. So I bought a hammer coral. I want to do an LPS tank with fish in it, and so I took that step. My tank parameters were with calcium, magnesium, and my pH, DKH are within parameters, actually kind of a little above parameters. So I brought it home. I watched all the videos you can find on how to frag, or basically introducing a frag into your tank. Most people say to recommend removing the frag that you get from wherever you got it from, because most of your pests, if any, are going to be on that frag. Depending on the person's display tank, you might get anything that might come along to inspect them, like for eggs. This frag was pretty much well. And so I went, I got all my, went online, kind of review what I bought before. And I got the Bear pesticide for dipping. I bought like 2 extra buckets, little small buckets. And I got from bulk resupply some foam cutters. So went along and did my, was prepared, a little nervous at first, and followed the instructions, know where to cut at the base. I did it, and of course, what happened? Boom! the hammer frag split in 3. So I was freaking out, rushing. I had the little frag plugs. I only have 2 frag plugs because I got like a little display. So little starter pack, and it only had like 2 plugs in it. That was gonna come more. So I really intended only to use 1 plug, but now I had to use 3. So I kind of scrambled, and I dipped them, normally, waited in them, and in the water again to get rinse all the dip off, and I fragged them. So there's one right there. You see there. Not, I mean, people say if you see some brownish in it, it's probably not doing so good. So it's probably not doing good, depending on, I didn't intend it to split it. The middle one here, next to the snail, that little piece, I had to dig for a little piece of rock that fell off my rock that I have in my tank. So I was kind of digging through the sand looking for it, and I found it. So I kind of fragged them onto that. And there's the other one I fragged. A little better picture, maybe, on this side. So there you go, guys. That's my first frag attempt. Hopefully things come out well. But parameters, these guys don't usually deal with food, even though for some reason the pet store guy told me to get some Reefroids for this. I was more intended for when I get my my torch coral, which I want. But now I got 3 little small frags. And everything's doing good. And it's funny that I had a little shot of a video of my emerald coral. He was actually on this one here, and he was picking at it, and I thought maybe he was picking at the coral, trying to eat the coral, but most people told me online that he's just probably picking off dead, decaying, or like the bottom piece of the coral that's possibly dead. The one thing I will note when fragging, guys, it does throw your protein skimmer off for a couple of days. I think because of the adhesive. Or super glue, whatever. It's like a super glue with like a lower pH. So any type of fragging glue, because when I entered in I thought maybe it was because of the extra piece of live rock I actually added to the back of the tank here, right there. Or not live rock, but I bought some more caribsea. He had some in there, and I bought 2 rocks. That's the one I'm putting one into a quarantine tank my wife allowed me to get. And yeah, so there you go. These frags look pretty good. I think I might be doing something else with the quarantine tank. I think I just have it set for in case one of the little guys gets sick, and hopefully never, but just in case. It's always good to have one. And if I convinced my wife, if you guys saw my other video about the Purple Helix review, and you saw I had a little tiny Watchman goby back there, and my clownfish was a little bit more of a bully, and he pretty much killed him because he was like stressed out. And then that day I decided that I was going to do an emergency little small tank to put him in for him to recover. Obviously, if I had a quarantine tank, I could have took him out earlier and had him survive, but unfortunately he passed. And I found him probably the next day. My emerald crab was eating him. So definitely emerald crab he's definitely getting his grub on. And also too, I lost my urchin, my big one. I don't know, it was kind of big for this type of tank. My little urchin that I have is still healthy. Its tentacles are all out, so it's finding enough food within the tank. So, but there goes my kind of a quick look at my coral in my tank review right now. How it's going. Everything looks good. Algae is being under control. The snails are doing their job. This middle rock here was covered in green hair algae on Saturday, and I actually took off some snails that were on the surface of kind of close to the surface of the tank, and I placed them on there. One's still on there, the other one kind of fell off, and I moved them because there was no more green hair algae, but that rock was completely covered. I mean, it was like furry, and I put them on there, just grubbed them all off. So, and then they do an awesome job in the tank maintaining the algae growth. When I do have some, I place a snail in that area and it goes to town. Margarita and aster snails, plus for green hair algae. Alright guys, there you go. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you like what I'm doing here, definitely I'm doing some subscribe. If you want to be involved in the 100 subscriber giveaway that I'm giving as soon as I hit that goal. Other than that, I'll probably doing a couple more other videos, and basically on the lighting system that somebody asked me to do on, and a quick overall on certain items that you might need as a new aquarist for this hobby. All right, talk to you later, guys.